It's a new episode of Real School.
I'm back. So am I.
Me too.
We've got a lot of great stories to tell you about today. Take this car. It's so sweet and so powerful, it literally has us shaking. How educators are using this race car to encourage students across the state to read. We're spending the day at Magnet Mania.
This is April Randolph. You're watching Real School.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Courier, and this is Real School.
Thousands of parents, students, and families head downtown to see dozens of schools all under one roof. What neat sights and sounds we caught on camera. Plus, you've never seen school lunches like this. We're going on a tour as school board members visit the district's Nutrition Services Center for the first time. How much food is made under this roof? They work behind the scenes to help keep this school running, but today we're bringing their stories to the forefront.
Everything just came back, everything that I lost. I got it back.
We're introducing you to 3 unique people from Chetts Creek Elementary, what brought them to this school, and why they call their co-workers family.
I hope you're ready.
Because we've got a great show.
And Real School starts right now. Hey guys, and thank you for joining us for this episode of Real School. It's going to be a good day and a great show. So, let's get started. Take this race car.
There's constantly 200 miles an hour of wind pressures coming against this.
A group of students in a state program all about reading. Put it all together and you've got a unique combination and a pretty cool event.
Well, it just kind of happened. We have some great sponsors and partners through different organizations, and the opportunity arose for us to get with Daytona Speedway.
This race car comes to Arlington Middle thanks to the partnership between Just Read Florida and the Daytona International Speedway. It's part of a 27-district, 58-school tour to promote Florida Celebrate Literacy Week. The event started with Just Read Florida representative talking to students about the importance of reading and letting them know that here in Florida, students are moving up in the ranks.
We are running a race in reading, and we are striving to be the best we can be.
She then turned it over to Ray Stevens. He not only showed students just how cool this car is,
It's all plexiglass.
but he also talked to students about how every career, even ones on the racetrack, require good reading skills.
We try to say whatever you do in life, you're going to have to be competent enough to read, so you can read the instructions, the things of what necessarily do with the car, as well as to orally as well as written communication with others.
He makes a good point, but what would this event be without a little action? Each teacher chose one student from the class to get into the race car, which isn't as easy as it looks. Just ask Jalen Winborn.
It felt weird. You had to go through the window.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
Students sat in the car, got a feel for the wheel, and they got a picture. But still, that wasn't all. This teacher got in and put the pedal to the metal. That's the sound of an 850 horsepower engine. And check this out. We put our camera in the car when this teacher got in. Look at what happens to the camera once she revs up.
And a lot of them will never be able to see a NASCAR event, possibly, but they do get to see the car itself. We hope that they take that and learn from those things and enjoy racing, or enough, at least that day, it makes it a little special for each child, and they think that's important.
What it's showing is that what we're doing is working. Motivating students is what this car is really all about, is encouraging students to pick up a book and read every day.
Why is it important to read?
So you can get your fluency and get a good job.
You want to hear something cool? Just Read Florida also held a 1,000,000-minute marathon, The Challenge, for students all over the state to read 30 million minutes in one day. It's an idea they say they actually borrowed from Duval County. I bet you're wondering if students actually did read off all those minutes. The answer is yes. I'm starting to get a little hungry. I bet Lola has something for me to eat. Lola, do you have any food?
D'Angelo, I know where you can go. The cafeteria. Have you ever wondered how all that food gets there?
Let's go find out. Ever seen this many salads go down a conveyor belt? Or this many burgers get assembled by hand? This is a look at school breakfast and lunch like you've never seen before, because we're inside the district's Nutrition Service Center. And today, we got to go on a tour of the center with a group of pretty special people, our school board. Yep, that's Fel Lee, Paula Wright, Becky Couch, Jason Fisher, and Dr. Connie Hall. They're all wearing white smocks and hairnets because no one is allowed to get around all of this food without being absolutely safe.
Everything that's done here is documented in a plan, a hazardous control countermeasure plan, and the purpose of that is to make sure that we have safe processes. It's all about the processes. That's really how we do it.
This is a 65,000 square foot building located by the Paxson School for Advanced Studies and James Weldon Johnson. A lot of the food that ends up in our schools is stored and prepared here. The workers here are very specific in how food is stored, and they're also very careful to keep the temperature in different parts of the building at just the right level so the food stays fresh and safe.
Really green beans, and Buddy could probably elaborate a little bit on that.
Board members toured everything from the dry storage area with lots and lots of boxes to the freezer.
This is a great opportunity to truly understand the type of food our children are eating in schools, and more importantly, how much safety, how much concern, and how much pre-thought goes into preparing the food.
They saw all sorts of machines and equipment, and they took in some very important lessons about the lengths the district goes to keep the food safe and healthy.
We meet with the Moores Children's Clinic at least once a month, and they look at our menus and they offer their suggestions. They really push hard for food nutrition.
Want to hear something else? The staff in this building makes about 35,000 to 40,000 meals a day. That breaks down to about 30,000 breakfasts and 7,000 salads or sandwiches. That food goes to a lot of schools, about 90 of them.
I think there are a lot of good and healthy options. I think very satisfied with the security measures that I saw and the integrity of the food, that there's not somebody coming in and potentially adding something to it that shouldn't be there.
The tour ended up with everyone in this dining room. The staff prepared samples for the board members to eat, and we could tell they looked pretty happy. But taste isn't the only thing that the district cares about.
We do keep samples of everything made and served here, so there's a record copy. So if there is an illness or something that happens and they think food's involved, we get that food, but we also check the sample here to make sure the quality and everything is right.
For more information on the district's food, visit duvalschools.org. Speaking of board members, I heard they went to a really neat event. I'm talking about the Magnet Mania School Choice Expo. We saw a lot of really cool schools set up booths in the Prime Osborne Convention Center, and even more people came through to learn about different programs in our district.
This is great. I needed to be able to get information. Just moved here from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Really have no idea about the magnet schools and the charter options, and so I needed to explore that for my third grader.
We're going to have a lot more on Magnet Mania in just a few minutes, but keep watching, because we gave a lot of people from the expo the chance to appear on camera for us. We have a lot more Real School coming your way.
Ribault is an A school.
We've got the latest news about school grades, and we're really excited. What the district accomplished and what schools are celebrating. Plus, we're taking you inside Dr. Nikolai Vidi's town hall meetings, who was there, and what parents and students had to say about our new leader. But first, some trivia. From Jelly Bean Day to Meteor Day, there are a lot of unconventional holidays celebrated throughout the year. But can you guess which one of these unique days takes place in the month of February? Is it A, Oatmeal Day, B, Hot Tea Day, C, Static Electricity Day, or D, Love Your Robot Day? We'll have that answer after the break.
Hi, my name is Gwyneth and you're watching Real School. Hi, my name is Siddharth and you're watching Real School. I am Micah. I'm watching Real School.
Before the break, we asked you a question. Which one of these unconventional celebrations takes place in the month of February? Think you have the answer? If you guessed D, Love Your Robot Day, you're correct. That takes place on February 7th. Our new superintendent, Dr. Nikolai Vidi, has been on the job for about 2 months, and boy has he been busy. He's held town hall meetings all over the district, hearing from people just like you and me. This is the auditorium inside of Englewood High School, and this is a Tuesday evening in the middle of the school year. But parents, teachers, and even children filled these seats for the same reason, to hear from our superintendent, Dr. Nikolai Vidi. But then again, they also had different reasons.
It is important to find out what they're going to do with the schools.
I want him to do something about improving special education.
About the amount of testing being done for students. From January to May, there is hardly any days where there is not some testing being done.
Shirley Johnson is a bookkeeper in the district. Like everyone else, she had a chance to fill out one of these blue cards before the meeting began. That's where you could write out questions for Dr. Vidi. Once the meeting started, those blue cards ended up here. Remember Shirley Johnson's concern about testing?
From January to May, there's not a week that goes by without the students being tested, benchmarked, semester passed, etc. How can you help your ideas on testing?
That's how the beginning of the meeting went. Dr. Vidi answering questions from those cards. Then he opened it up for people all over the auditorium to stand up and talk to him one-on-one.
We have 2 teachers that are on suspension for conduct, but who's monitoring that?
Dr. Vidi hosted several meetings like this all over the district. 7 to be exact. He held them in all 7 board member districts at 7 different high schools. Englewood is in District 3, which is Ashley Smith Juarez's district. Dr. Vidi said he wanted to not only share his vision for the district.
It's not great until all of our schools are A schools or B schools. That's what we need to strive for.
But also to hear from you. When the meeting ended, we asked parents what they thought.
I like what he has to say. He seems like he's a man of vision, a man of action. He sounds more of a, let's find out what the problems are and let's don't talk about the problems, but let's fix the problems.
He's very proactive. I've been very impressed because he does want to listen to what parents are saying, listen to what teachers are saying, and you get a response from him. You're not ignored.
Even if you couldn't go to any of the meetings, you can always ask Dr. Vidi questions. Just head to duvalschools.org, head to the Superintendent section, and click on Ask the Superintendent. You don't have to leave your name. Now let's take it to D'Angelo for one of the biggest, most popular events of the year. Tell me about it, D'Angelo.
Hey Vaishnavi, how often can you visit a bunch of schools in a matter of minutes? You can, at the Magnet Mania School Choice Expo. And they're off. Check out all of these families walking into the Prime Osborne Convention Center. They all came to learn more about our district's many magnet programs. It's a good thing that they came because they saw a little bit of everything, from aviation programs to students who study life under the sea, from the ROTC to robotics programs. Terry Ogden, who just moved here from Minnesota, came with a plan.
I did pare down my choices. We sat down first and kind of figured out our strategy, hit the schools that we wanted to go to right off the bat, and also start thinking about middle schools, which will be the next step after that, obviously.
We love walking around and seeing the different programs all of these great schools have to offer. Check this out. Over at Robert E. Lee High School's booth, this is a part of their Science Academy.
Well, that's a big capacitor, and what happens, it takes electricity and builds it up into a transformer, and then it gets to a point where it releases it, and the 2 pieces of metal, as you notice, it jumps across.
This event wasn't just about high schools. We saw plenty of elementary schools and also middle schools, like Landon and Kirby Smith.
I feel like it's great because we can get more people to apply to already a great school, so we can get better students, we can continue to be a better school and help our education system.
And Matthew Gilbert.
We're actually exposing students with the IB program as well as the AVID to a lot of different curriculum as far as science exploration, as far as career exploration is basically our primary focus. So we're definitely exploring the options of what's out there in the workforce for them.
Lots of charter schools were there too.
We'd like to get the word out. It's tough for middle schools, for charter schools rather, to get the word out, and so it's really important that we're here, that we have an opportunity to let the public know what we have to offer.
Oh yeah, we can't forget about the awesome people behind DCPS-TV and Communications Department, and the cool people who helped us with this show.
Hi, my name is Amelia, and we're watching Real School.
Hi, my name is Destiny Papp, and you're watching Real School.
Hey, this is Promise, and you're watching Real School.
Woohoo! Okay, I'll stop. But seriously, we were in really great company with all of these programs. So what did the students think?
The way they had it set up and the information on the board, so it helped me.
That sounds like it was a blast. Well, we're almost done with real school. Coming up, we've got the unique stories of 3 people who all worked at Checks Creek Elementary School, why they say they love working there. Plus, we have all the latest news and numbers when it comes to school grades. But first, let's have some trivia. A lot of well-known historical figures are honored in the month of February. Can you guess which of these men and women is not celebrated in this month? Is it A, Rosa Parks, B, Susan B. Anthony, C, Thomas Edison, or D, Johnny Appleseed? We'll have the answer after the break.
Hey, I'm Timothy, and you're watching Real School.
Hi, I'm Charles McWhite II from Tiger Academy, and you're watching Real School.
Hi, my name is Sarah Taylor. And my name is Sarah Baker. And we watch Real School.
Before the break, we asked you which one of these well-known men and women is not celebrated in the month of February. The answer is D, Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed Day is March 11th. We love sharing good news about our schools, but in this case, we're talking about a lot of good news. And the latest news on school grades is better than ever. If you were these students and teachers at Rains and Ribault, you'd be on your feet too. They have a lot to be proud of. They're celebrating their school grades. But before these celebrations took place, Dr. Vitti held a news conference. That's when he announced the news that he's never been announced before.
When we look at our high school grades, we have, for the first time in FCAT school grade history, no D or F schools in Duval County Public Schools.
You heard that right. Not one high school is a D or F school. And 86% of all schools in Duval County are an A, B, or C. This time around, we saw a lot of schools get an A grade. Both Ribault and A. Philip Randolph Academies of Technology got their first A. Other A schools include Darnell Cookman Middle High, Douglas Anderson School of the Arts, Paxton School for Advanced Studies, Frank H. Peterson Academies of Technology, and Stanton College Preparatory School. Rains is now a C school, and listen to this. Andrew Jackson High School went from an F to a B.
Our teachers, our faculty, our staff, knowing that our work is not easy at all, but you have not given up. You never, ever gave up.
Making such amazing progress takes a lot of hard work from a lot of people, and Dr. Vitti thought it was only fair to include some very special people in the celebration. That included the former principals for Ribault and A. Philip Randolph, former board member Betty Burney, and our former superintendent Ed Pratt Daniels.
Most of the credit goes to the principals and teachers who were there on the firing line day in and day out, and they believed, and eventually I think what turned the corner.
Overall, 90% of all of our high schools either increased or maintained their school grades. Dr. Vitti said it's the kind of work that's taking our district from good to great.
Now finally talk about examples of excellence, and we know that our students have been working hard, our district in general, particularly on these schools, but now we have the school grades to reflect that work.
Wow, that is good news. And for more on how our schools are doing, you can always visit duvalschools.org. Vaishnavi's got the last story of the day. Hey Vaishnavi, take it away.
The people over at Chats Creek Elementary School would probably say that we've saved the best story for last, and we can understand why. He's the one putting a shine on the cafeteria floor. She's keeping things tidy in the teacher break room, and he's busy too.
Make sure my colors are still in the same place.
He's putting together a landline for one of those computers at school. These are 3 people you may have never seen before, but here at Chats Creek Elementary, they all play an important role in how the school runs. But even more important than that, they consider this school to be family.
Everything just came back, everything that I lost. I got it back. And
this is Patricia Thomas, and this is her husband, Ralph. They're both custodians at Chats Creek Elementary. But working here wasn't their first choice. Hurricane Katrina forced them out of their New Orleans home.
when my son called me and he said, "Mama, water is everywhere. We cannot get through. And I'm like, water everywhere? He said, yeah. It was kind of devastating for me because when we left, we wasn't planning on really staying. We was thinking we was going to go back home in a couple of days.
Really, we had nothing to go back there. Our house was gone on the job, you know. We had nothing to go back to, so we stayed here for a while.
The Thomases lost everything: their home, their cars, and their jobs. They were both custodians back in Louisiana. A friend suggested they apply for jobs at Chetts Creek Elementary. Once they were on board, it wasn't long before staff found out the two didn't have many possessions.
And they asked us, did we have anything? We didn't really have anything. We just had 3 sets of clothes that we left with. Before I know it, my house was empty. Before I know it, I had a sofa set, a dining room set, bedroom furniture.
Just last year, Patricia was named Employee of the Year. Check out the celebration. The Thomases have been here 8 years, and this man, James Boyd, has been here 15. His story is a little different. Mr. Boyd is a man who's done it all and does a little bit of everything for the school. He made these neat displays in the cafeteria. They are handprints of kids who made 5s on the FCAT. He's helped make these larger-than-life candles, as well as a lot of other beautiful displays in the school. You might also find him reupholstering a chair or two. Boyd's what you could call a super volunteer. Even though his son graduated from the school many, many years ago, he stayed around. Even though that means making a 50-mile round-trip drive here every day.
Once his year was up, you know how they have this show out now, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I don't think I am because he passed and he left, and I haven't been able to pass fifth yet, so that's why I'm still here.
Not too long ago, Boyd made this giant teepee for the school. It was able to fit lots and lots of people inside. And if you're starting to think he's a pretty unique volunteer, you're not alone. He's been written about in the paper, and he won Volunteer of the Year in the state of Florida. These days, Boyd can call himself an employee. He works for the school's extended day program before and after school. So what's kept him here so long after all these years?
I think I'm here because the kids, plus stay over and help out. And that's what I did.
Since we're talking about volunteers, here are some neat facts about the district. Last school year, more than 27,500 people volunteered for the district for more than 589,000 hours. Wow. Well, it's about that time. This episode of Real School is over. And I hear D'Angelo wants to do the honors. D'Angelo?
Thanks for watching me, and thanks to you for watching Real School. From all of us, have a great day.